through shows all know. Right now, the 125 listeners are live listening. No. So, I don't really care anymore. So, when I post stuff on Facebook on someone else's page, giving them props, and you talk shit about me on their page, just gives me more fuel. Just gives me more fuel to do what I do better than I'm doing it already. And everything you say and all the shit you talk, only thing you're doing is giving us free exposure.
Exactly.
So, damage this, fuck damage, fuck that, fuck Kevin, blah, 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 blah. You know what? You're doing nothing but giving us free advertisement. Because now these people are going to want to know, well, who the hell is Kevin? Who's Damage? Why does this guy want them to go fuck themselves? Oh, let's listen to their shows. That's how it works, my friend. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Okay? I've been in the retail business a long time. I know this.
And not only is he giving us free advertisement, but he's making himself look like a complete fool.
Well, this is what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks when the people start lining up and all these people start validating everything that we've been saying today because it's happened to them in some shape or form. And what are you going to do then? Are you going to say, screw you, everybody? You know, are you going to continue to Facebook bully people? Are you going to continue to try to intimidate me with words? It doesn't matter.
It's just like turning into a freaking armchair freaking quarterback. Like he talks all this crap behind the computer, but when it comes time to say it to somebody's face, it's not going to happen. And I know that.
Well, he claims if I'm going to Superstars of Wrestling this Friday in Avenel, he claims he's going to say something. So let him say something. Okay? I know is that two of my people from my show are going to be there, and I'm not going to allow myself to get thrown out of a show because of him, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get me riled up, so I'll go out him, and then I'll be thrown out, and I won't be invited back.
Exactly, because all you need to do is stand there, let him scream, curse, berate you all he wants, because he's going to make himself look like a 5-year-old. He's going to make himself look like a absolute fool. And I'm fighting my tongue right now because I want to say a lot of other things, but I'm trying to keep the show at least PG-13.
No, that's all right. I already F-bombed. I already pushed the button for that. I was ready for this. You know,
good.
On 2 different occasions, he told me because of the Brodus Clay situation that, you know, it could have came to a situation of fighting. You know what? It ain't never going to come to fighting. It's not. Sorry, because I don't roll like that. Because if I need to fight, you're done. If I need to get to the point where I need to fight, you're done. I'm sorry. You don't know me. Don't pretend you know me. Don't judge me because of who I portray when I come to shows. You don't know me. You don't know my history. You don't know what I'm all about. You don't know what I used to do for a living before I went into retail. So don't pretend. So if you want to get all tough and you want to push my buttons, I can tell you right now, I don't want it to get that way. Never wanted to get that way. Ever.
And you know that's exactly what he wants. He wants to push your buttons, my buttons, everybody's buttons that's involved with our within our company. And it's just not how you do things because he doesn't know who you are, doesn't know who I am, doesn't know who JT is, Nani, everybody else who's associated with our company. He doesn't know who any of us are. We've worked with him on a couple of occasions, but he doesn't know who we are as people or our personal lives. And it just makes me sick that somebody who so-called is against bullying within his company is going to come out and do things like this.
Yep. And I don't wish ill will against him, Danny, or JCW. I've said this in the past couple of weeks. I wish them the best. I hope their company does great because they have a great company. They have a great set of guys in that locker room working. Okay?
Yep.
They put on good shows. Never going to say anything negative about that. But I will say that Danny's a liar. Danny's a manipulator. And Ricky, for some reason, doesn't see it that way. Whether it's the years they've had with each other or whatever the case may be. It's just, I'm sorry. I have the proof. I have it all written. You know, I have screen captures of every conversation. So he can't deny it. Okay? I have screen captures of him threatening me. I have screen captures of Danny lying to me. Just like the November 14th J Cup, when he told me 400 people are going to show up. There was a little over 250 people there. And I got that number from someone in the locker room.
Yep.
So don't go on Facebook and lie. Just like when they had the Dudleys in Keensburg, he said 350 people were there. There was barely 200. And again, that number came from someone in the locker room. So, look, I understand people like to beef up their numbers on Facebook so other companies see it. But don't lie to me when I'm doing you a favor and you're doing me a favor and all these favors being exchanged. Okay? And then you try to stick me with money. And then you go back and tell your locker room that I stiffed them out of $1,000. That was even better. Because that number wasn't even close to number A. Not even close. Not even a quarter. So, and then you go back and tell everybody I stiffed them out of $1,000. Okay? Not only did you tell your people in the locker room, you even had the balls to go outside and tell the camera people, the ring announcer, the radio guy, the DJ. Well, really? Okay? It doesn't matter at this point anymore. Okay? It is what it is. It's over with. They made squat with Sabu. They blamed it all on Eric Sims. They banned Eric Sims from JCW. Now, you see this trend? Richie DeGreg doesn't deal with them anymore. Now Eric Sims doesn't deal with them anymore. We were asked to do a favor. We're banned from JCW. Okay? There's numerous people that worked with and for JCW in the past that all left the company for similar reasons. The lying, the deceit, the bullcrap, the talking behind people's backs, the bullying. That's all going to come out in the next 3 weeks. Okay?
And just wait to see the people that come out of the woodwork.
It's all going to come out in the next 3 weeks. And if you want to sit there and you want to try to threaten me or try to threaten me with a lawyer or anything else, there's nothing illegal that's being done here. Because we're not trying to slander you so you lose money or slander you so you lose business. We're trying to get the truth out there so the people stop coming to me and asking me, Kev, what happened? Why aren't you at JCW's shows anymore? I set my table up. I was looking for you. You're not there anymore. What happened? I'm tired of having to tell numerous people the same story over and over and over again. In this way, I got it out there. Anybody wants to know the reason, they can click on the link and they can listen to the reason at their convenience. I don't have to be stressed. I don't have to have my blood pressure go up every time I have to use this, go over this conversation, because it just makes me angry. It makes me angry because people can be this naive, stupid, and childish. Okay? And this is coming from a guy who claims he's a huge supporter of anti-bullying. Really. That's funny. That's very funny. Okay?
It doesn't make sense to me how he can say he put this business first, and like you said, and it's supposed to be a family show, anti-bullying, and then you're going to go all on. Cyberbullying is one of the biggest things in this country right now.
One of the largest causes of teenage suicide is cyberbullying.
Yep, exactly. And how could you go out there and just keep doing it and just contradicting everything you say when you're at your shows? So this is a family show. We support anti-bullying. But you're just going to go home and just do the total opposite of it. It just pisses me the F off. It really does.
And I'm going to play it next week. We're going to play the clip where he claims that himself and Jersey Championship Wrestling are a huge supporter of anti-bullying, and I don't think he's lying. I think he does support anti-bullying. I just don't think he understands what he's doing is considered bullying.
Yep, exactly.
But whatever. Maybe we're a bunch of pussies. Maybe we're too soft. We're not wrestlers, so maybe we're soft-skinned, and it's not real bullying. We're taking it too personally. Maybe.
Well, you know what? When you try and stick people for a crap load of money that was never explained to them in the first place, you know what? You can shove it up your ass. Honestly, that's how I feel.
I can't disagree. And I've seen things. I know things. I've been told things by people inside, people around the company, that it's really bad. And I would never say it because I'm just not that type of person. I'm not trying to bury anybody. I'm trying to get the truth out. The truth to be told, part 1. That was today's show. And this is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we have not been at a Jersey Championship Wrestling show since October 24th, is because of what was explained this entire show. And this was going on since August. All the conversations that went on over and over and over. Meetings that were supposed to be set up that fell through. I even drove all the way to Kenilworth for a meeting to find out it was canceled and no one told me. And then I had to meet him and Danny at a TGI Fridays for a 10-minute conversation. Okay? I live 40 minutes south of Kenilworth. So I wasted an hour of my time driving around. So does that sound like somebody gives a crap? So, well,
it's into this show right now, our show right today is about Damage 365's gripe with Rick and Dan. Next week and the week after, you're going to hear personal accounts from other people who had the same problem that we've had with it.
Yep. And I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm annoyed that it had to come to this. I'm annoyed that we couldn't just meet somewhere, come to an agreement, come to an equal medium, shake hands, call it a day, even if we didn't speak to each other again after we left that place. But at least there would have been a respect factor that you don't talk shit behind my back, and I don't have to come to this and air out dirty laundry. But that opportunity was never given to me. It was message me on Facebook, accusing me of not covering my end of a deal that I never made, accusing me of being stupid or lying, one or the other, and I got both him and Danny giving me the same spiel because they were all proud of themselves for the upcoming J Cup, which was great. J Cup was great. I heard it was an awesome show, but Sabu bombed. So I would have got stuck with that again. So again, an agreement I didn't make, I would have got stuck with him too. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's we got about 2 minutes left in the show, and I could probably go on another 25 minutes of just ranting, but I'm getting to the point where I'm beating a dead horse, and I'm just tired of repeating myself. So, I mean, I don't know. That's really it. I mean, you have any more to add, opinion wise, Nick?
Not really. I mean, I've said a lot of my gripes so far. I just think it's a bunch of bull. It's just a bunch of bull that doesn't even need to be. That shouldn't have even happened to begin with.
Right.
We're all grown adults. I'm 27 years old, and I act more mature than those two men put together. I don't even want to say men because they're acting like little boys, actually.
And it's sad because, like I said, one of them's only 4 years older than me, and the other one, I think, I could be wrong, but I think he's he could be 8 or more years younger than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that's not